Alright, this is the Infinite Emotional Energy Well. In this video, you're going to learn about what the heck this thing is. And basically, it is the reason why it's so hard to leave your badly behaved wife. And I jacked the name from Infinite Potential Energy Well from Quantum Mechanics. I was going to learn some free game and keeping most of your stuff in your divorce with me. And if you want to skip ahead past this intro, just look down below for the timestamp of the next chapter. So who this video can help: every single man going through a divorce in California, and who I coach one-on-one. So I coach one-on-one men who are getting beat down in their California divorce, and you see no chance of victory, aka you have lost all hope. But you still want to try one final thing to win, aka, your last shot to not get hosed and lose everything. And what do we say winning is here? Keeping more than 99% of your assets, which I did in mine. Paying your wife zero alimony, which I did in mine. Beating the 80-20 child custody curse and getting 50-50 instead. I didn't have any children in mine, so I did not do this. I probably could have gotten it done if I was in this situation. And so if that's you, this video here is for you. And yeah, in my California divorce, kept 100% of my assets, about $280,000. I had 5 business entities, but I really only used one of them that had a ton of physical product inventory that I turned over every year. Paid my wife zero alimony, and I only paid my wife a one-time payment of $650. This was with me making about 95% of the yearly income, and me having about 95% of the total assets. And for me to get this amazing result, I researched women 10 hours a day for 210 days straight, so that's 7 months. So it's 2,100 hours of R&D I put in. Then I filed divorce, went to war against the California family law system, and won. So you see my W here. I've still done a few thousand hours of women research since then. Also a bunch of time on dates, plus banging a bunch of women. I banged 10 different women in 1 month in Lima, Peru. So I'm probably up to 6,000 to 8,000 of women research plus women interaction in my life. And now, the man I did for all my vids here on this channel: either everything I tell you is a lie, or you've been lied to your entire life. Only one that can be true, because what I'm going to tell you is totally opposite of everything you've been told in your life. But you're also watching this video because marriage was different from what you were told your whole life, right? By Hollywood, by Netflix, by the media, by everyone around you. Everyone withheld the truth from you, right? But notice you're unable to prove anything in my videos incorrect. And also notice how no one in the comments of these videos is able to prove even one thing I've said in these videos incorrect. Alright, so now we can get a move on here. The Infinite Emotional Energy Well, aka why it's so hard to leave your badly behaved wife. So yeah, I jacked this name from Quantum Mechanics. Let's see if there's any good photos. Quantum Mechanics photo. Oh, not that one. Definitely not that one. Yeah, something like this. Yeah, something like this. Oops. Kind of like, see, the height of this well is U0. If the height was infinity, which is right here, width L, height of infinity, what's the probability an electron could escape here and teleport to the outside? So obviously it's harder when it's infinite height compared to if it's some nominal integer height of U0. So that's kind of where I got the idea for this. Alright, actually I'm going to jack that picture. And I haven't heard anyone talk about this yet, so here we go. So I'm obviously the first one. Yeah, I'll probably come back and jack that later. So make sure to watch this vid. Yes, my body will be killed for giving this to y'all. So here we go, Infinite Emotional Energy Well. So here's how I see it. Let's get rid of this. So again, this is the timeline. My marriage plus my California divorce, which is the 2 videos before this one. So now I'm going to draw this infinite potential, infinite emotional energy well. And here we go. All right, so let's say, Sarah and I met January 2016. So let's draw like that. And we got like that. Okay. And actually, do it more like that. All right. So this is time again. Boom. Actually, I'll make this longer. So his x-axis is time. Okay, good enough. All right. So it's time. It's the same exact timeline as directly above. And this on the y-axis, we're going to say it's I guess we'll just call it emotional energy. Like this, boom. Kind of something like this. Basically, here's how this graph looks. So I first met Sarah January 2016. I started to marry me June 2018. But we got married December 26, 2018. So here's how I see, whatever we call this quantity, emotional energy, blah, blah, blah. Here's just how I see the graph. So I see it kind of rising like this. And let's say, like, this was the point you asked her to marry, somewhere in here. You ask her to marry you. And then at this point you say your wedding vows. Like, love and protect you, blah, 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 blah. So you are, so this is like right before the wedding. You're a dude here. Doop, doop. Like that. Actually, that guy's actually pretty good. And then this is the day we got married. And it's basically like you drop down into this pit. There's things like black magic. I didn't even know this thing existed, but you're going through black magic attacks against you if you're dealing with this. And so after you get married, you basically, it's like, I believe this happens once two things happens. You slide down this after two things happens. One is you make up in your mind that, hey, this is the one I'm going to spend the rest of my life with. And two, you do a marriage ceremony where you overtly say it and promise it to the woman. And it's like these two things together, it's like a black curse. That's what I call black magic. It's like once you do those two things together, you make up in your mind, and that's when you ask her to marry you. And, you promise to be with her the rest of your life no matter what. Those two things, it's like the two, the two liquids that you squirt together to create epoxy. That they come in like two separate tubes, but you squirt them out and you mix them together, and that makes the super sticky epoxy. These are the two dark magic glues, or the dark magic components. On their own, they're not really anything special, but when they combine them, that's where the dark magic comes from. So marry her, and then you're here. Boom, boom, boom. So you're a dude here. And this height, where should I put this? This height from here to here is, actually I can do a line here. The height is infinity. So we'll do something like that. Do something like that. Do something like that. And we'll say height equals infinity. Height equals infinity. So that's why I call this like the infinite emotional energy well. You just like fell down into a kind of a dungeon. You could call it the infinite emotional energy dungeon. Where now you're down here. And for some reason, those two things in succession, dude, this might be like one of the instances of where magic is real. Like you in your brain decide you're going to stay with this woman the rest of your life. And then you like vocalize it in a ceremony with the woman present. There's something there that those two things together like open this trapdoor hitch in the universe where you slide down to the bottom of this infinite potential, infinite emotional energy well. So this right here is infinity. And then basically, as you go, from the documents we've derived, as you go on and on and on, her behavior gets worse and worse and worse and worse, but you're still stuck in this infinite emotional energy well. And so basically, you're stuck here kind of like infinity depth down into the dungeon. And time continues to move on. What the problem is, here's the problem. Get back to this guy. Her behavior is getting worse and worse every single day. So what you realize is, I'll draw it like this. It's like once you get down here, you realize there's like these little stakes poking out of the ground. Think of like Vietnam, Viet Cong, jungle, trap, spikes. Let's see what we got here. I'm thinking like, yeah, like this. Yeah, dude, like these. Yeah, like a trapdoor with the spikes in it. Crunch. Yeah, I'll probably jack this picture. And I've seen ones where it's like spikes on the side as well, pointing downwards. Oh. Yeah, like that. So it's like it digs in more the more you try to pull yourself up and out. So I'll probably find a good picture here and put it in the document. But now you know what I'm saying. But basically, as time goes on, you can see time's still going this way. You're still traveling this way because this is the way time is going. And so as you go on, these spikes keep getting larger and larger. And you draw the spikes all the way out. And basically, you start getting cut on the spikes. So you start like bleeding. I'll draw this better after the video. These start cutting you. And then, all of a sudden it's been 3 years. Her behavior's getting worse and worse. She's threatening you with a divorce. And now you're over here. Boom, 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 boom. But now you're all super bloody. So you're all bloody and a lot of spikes. And you might say, oh, well, why didn't you just turn around and go back? Well, it's because there's actually spikes here that are kind of like pointed downward, so you can slide down into here easily, and you didn't notice them when you're sliding down. So let's hit spikes are like that. Oh, I gotta use the pencil. Say the spikes are like, actually I'll use the line. Boom. Boom. So it's like easy to slide down, but hard to get back up. So there's spikes going all the way up this guy. So you can't climb back up because the spikes are, the spikes are there. And you're like, all right, it's probably better to go forward. And you don't see these spikes at first. So it's like these are hidden, kind of like, if you're playing a Pokemon game, you're in the cave, where you got the, gotta use the flash HM to see the whole cave. But before you use it, you just got like a small little bubble around you. So you really, at first, you're only seeing like this much right when you get down here. And it's not until you are advancing, actually this way, as time goes on, that you realize, oh dang, there are all these spikes and I'm getting muffed up. Alright, so now you're here. There's a lot more spikes here. Now you're all bloody. Wife's threatening you with divorce, blah, blah, blah. But the problem is, you gotta try and climb yourself out. Oh, alright, let's do this. Zoom. Alright, yeah. There, that's good. Climb yourself out. Actually, I should go right to here, the D, the divorce. This is like the divorce process. And dude, and I guess mine kind of, maybe mine started like July, when I was like, okay, I'm definitely gonna get out of here. And we can say this is I'll just say this is the divorce process. The divorce process. From here to here. Alright, so that's the divorce process. And the problem with that, with getting out of this infinite emotional energy well for men, is we got the spikes again. The spikes are all the way up this wall, getting bigger like as you get towards the top. So there's no way to get around them without shedding some blood. And they basically go all the way up. And then, actually maybe drawing it just to the line is fine. And so it's like, dude, there's so much pain for a man to divorce a woman. So this is from the male's perspective. So it's like the male's emotional energy well. Maybe I'll put that here. Male. And I'll put it here. Wedding day. So literally this, you slide in to here on your wedding day. That's where like the second part of the dark magic comes in, where you make the overt promise. Wedding day. And basically it's just so much pain to get out that like most men just stay here. They're already bloodied. They don't want to be 10x more bloodied getting to the top of the mountain, getting past all these spikes. And that's why the women kind of just keep pounding the dude. And he never exits this infinite emotional energy well. And I'd never heard of anything like this. No one's ever talked about it. In all my women's research, I didn't see anything. But I felt this. And like I could see this graph in my head really easy. And I was like, dude, there's some dark magic here. To like trap men down here. And all you're doing is when you're trapped down here, you're just increasing your marriage clock. Because in California, divorce is 1/2 times length of marriage. So you just, the longer you stay here, the more that length of marriage increases. Basically, anything 9 years and above, if you're the higher earner, there's potential that you'll be subject to paying lifetime alimony to your wife. And this is basically where 90% of men are. They just stay right here, just because they've been bloodied, but like, they kind of used to being bloodied now. But if they were to climb out, they'd get 100x more bloodied. So kind of like, it sucks, but it would suck even worse to leave, so I'll just stay here. And this also ties into the stopgap I was talking about in one of my previous videos, where basically, I think it was my marriage plus my California divorce video, 2 videos ago, and go to like July 4th, on the timeline there. Go to find it in the video somewhere in like maybe July 4th, 2021, where I like derived the stopgap in my head, where it's basically like where we derived who leaves first, since we, a few minutes prior I derived, male-female relationships are program 10 from the jump. So now that we know that, who leaves first, the man or the woman? And I derived that the stopgap puts in men's brains is basically this, is infinite emotional energy well. And it's there because if a man left first, that means a woman would not be able to get any protection, provisioning, or resources, and she would die. So all that psychology got, women with that psychology got, evolutionarily outcompeted because they perished, whereas the women that monkey branched and threw the coochie around to lock down a new D and get protection, provisioning, and resources from a new man guaranteed before she left the old man, that woman survived. That psychology continued on. And so the stopgap is basically, I would say the stopgap is this incline, the divorce process. You could also call it, aka the stopgap from pre-vid. So it's like this incline is like the evolutionary psychology that's in males' brains. And the pain is so insane. Your body literally makes you feel like you're dying if you're leaving the woman first. And I did not know a body could feel like that till I felt it myself. But it's literally this, where it's so painful for the man to leave. That's why it's only, well, again, divorced men suicide 9x the rate of divorced women. Because thinning a relationship is so much more painful for the man, because evolution wants us to stay there to keep protecting and provisioning for a woman. Because if we don't do that, a woman dies and then the human species dies. So this is literally the stopgap. So this is what prevents men from leaving. And let's say a man, all right, he makes it up here. So this is me. I made it out. And look, either you're going to get out here alone and get a better outcome of your divorce, or your wife's going to tie you up and drag you up through the spikes. And that's actually something I thought of right now. Okay, so if you hike up this thing yourself, aka you divorce your wife, and you could stay living with her and keep the relationship going, just legally stop that marriage clock, guarantee you don't lose anything or minimize your losses, and just keep the relationship going as normal if that's what you want. That's what I did. I mean, I left after 2 weeks, but that's because I could, because we'd already signed the divorce papers. So if you, the man, file a divorce first, it is like you climbing up here, Indiana Jones style, up this slanted wall. And what's that mean? That means you're going to grab here and contort your body around one spike, and try to grab the next one up, contort your body, maybe get cut a little bit. Like obviously more, you're getting cut more through here, or you're getting cut on these upward, your spike going upward than these ones on the flat ground. But like you're still in control of how much you get cut. But yeah, you're still going to suffer some pain getting out. But if it's your wife pulling you up this, do you think of if she just she takes, she like bashes you overhead with the rock, knocks you out when you're down here, so you're laying on the ground, and then she takes a rope and ties around your 2 feet, and she has like a pulley system up here with like a motor, and just drags you up. She doesn't care how much you get cut up. She doesn't try to help you avoid the spike stall, and you're knocked out, so you don't really know what's going on, and you're like a total bloody mess up here if she does it. If she drags you up here, aka she chooses to divorce you first. Now I guess where that comes in with me helping you, or my videos here helping you, is it's kind of like if she filed first, which probably she did, on average 90% of divorces are filed by women, then kind of watching these videos or hiring me to help you is basically like, I don't know, waking you up halfway through this period. So maybe you got sliced up a little bit in the beginning. I mean, a lot more than if you had just divorced her yourself, filed the divorce papers first yourself. But, we wake you up a third way through, and we get you a much better outcome for the final 2/3 of this divorce process. So, like, even though she was pulling you up, now you're, like, up and awake, and you're climbing yourself, avoiding the spikes for the remaining 2/3 of the journey upwards in the divorce process. So that's what I would say, like, my videos are helping you do, or hiring me is helping you do, is really waking up after she bashed you overhead with a rock and tied the rope around your feet and has the pulley dragging you up, getting you max cut, cut up as maximum as possible. So let's see. So this is me. I made it up. Boom. Boom, boom. Boom. E.T. Made it up. Definitely more bloody. Definitely more bloody than down here. But, hey, you're alive. You can heal. And then... Oops. And then basically it's the same slope down on the other side. Remember in my video what I did after my California divorce? Oops. Said I need like 100 days of talking to my wife to like emotionally decompress. That is basically this zone. Kind of like that. So it's kind of like the same run up, run out. Yeah, maybe. Yeah. Actually, that was pretty good. Yeah, this decompression probably happens faster than this. Like, yeah, this took me like 3 years to get here. This took me just 100 days to get out of here. Back to her, and I don't really care about her. Yeah, so this to me is black magic that no men know about. And yeah, I'm the only one in the universe that knows this. And I'm going to show you the female one. So remember, divorced men, suicide 9x the rate of divorced women. And so the female one is kind of just like a tightrope here. That's it. That's the female one. Female. So you see, females, they don't fall into the infinite emotional energy well. That's why it's literally 90% less painful for a female to leave. Because look, their distance, Difrust is infinity. The female distance, the height is just like boop, boop. So yeah, women like fall into the swell just a little bit, but it's really nothing. Oops. Compared to men, it's literally nothing. Female. So you see the male's height is infinite, the female is tiny. So like they don't really feel any pain. I mean, they feel 10%. They only feel 10% of the pain at the end of their relationship. But the man feels 90% of the pain of the ending of the relationship. And then, dude, once you get here, you're good. You are back to normal. Oh, actually, let me put I'm gonna put a text here. Successfully divorced. Yeah, and maybe I'll move this up, down, around a little bit. And then boom. Oops. Yeah, and then do it here. Boom. And this is back to normal. Back to normal. Alright, so this is the infinite emotional energy well. Dude, and this is black magic. Like, I did not know something like this even existed. Like, this has been hidden from man, hidden from man, hidden from man. But I could see this graph super easy in my brain. So that's why I decided to draw this out. So male, we go down to infinity zone. Females just barely go into this. So they feel a tiny, tiny, tiny amount of pain. Yeah. And so that's why it's so hard to leave. You know, it's that stopgap that the universe and evolution put in our brain that's really, you know, trying to climb up and out of this, and the spikes are super stabbing you. And it's tiring, so you're going up, back up the hill of infinite height. You know, kind of like Super Mario 64, when you go to meet the third Bowser, but you don't have enough stars. Where the staircase, it's the infinity staircase. You run as much as you want, but you don't go anywhere. So this is why it's so hard to leave, because just the amount you feel. And you notice in the females, there's no spikes, because they get paid to leave. so they got dude. It's like imagine kind of thinking this line here. The other way you can think of it is you know, if we're looking at a river, like the cutout or so this is like the top of the river water. We're in the river, and there's like a ton of crocodiles here and piranhas eating us. So it's like the side view, cross section cut of the river, and up here's jungle side 1, and here's jungle side 2, and the females take the nice, you know, wooden drawbridge across, but the males have to go through this. You know, stepping on the spikes. They got crocodiles here eating us, piranhas chopping us, anacondas. And we got to try and climb up out of the river first, raging water, and then climb up out of the riverbed, up the cliff to get to the other side. So males take this route, and females take the nice wooden drawbridge. And the blood is only if it's a man. Women don't get bloodied at all. They get a free house. Or free house and alimony and the kids and child support and half your pension. So this is from a man's perspective. So yeah, all these drawings, these are men. The female is probably complaining more than the male. Going across the drawbridge. But, okay, yeah, this is the infinite emotional energy well. Is there anything else I gotta say? for this, let's look at the notes here. Dude, and I've never seen anyone write up anything on this. So again, why it's so hard to leave your badly behaved wife. Quantum mechanics. Yeah, so you could also think of this as a river. Here's the riverbed. Here's the drawbridge over the river. That's just air, this white part here. And nope, you get no protection. You got to figure out, how to get out. Which again, my videos will help you do, or you hiring me. So if you got more time than money, my videos. If you got more money than time, and want guaranteed, highest probability of success, of having the least blood when you're out. That's what hiring me would be for. But yeah, you could also think this like, cliff, riverbed, river, raging river, alligators, crocodiles, piranhas, boa constrictors, all trying to eat you, spikes. There's rocks flowing through the river, and you got to get out. Or you either got to get yourself out, or she's going to just tie you up by your feet and yank you out. And you're going to be sliced up along the rock face and these spikes here in the river. Because from our graph we derived assets, male-female relationships are programmed to end from the jump. So, like, either you do it and you get out safe and lose very, very, very little, or she does it and you lose the maximum. And also, even if she has started it, we can still wake you up like one third through getting sliced up this on these spikes and this rock face. We can wake you up for this final 2/3 and still get still give you the best chance at a good outcome for yourself. I like this with the blue. All right, so that's that. See what else? Okay, you got that asset and some free game here. Whenever your wife tries to argue with you or starts some BS, simply hang up the phone instantly. Go and click that red button, and no, do not explain to her why you're hanging up. Do not respond to any more of her texts. If she's trying to argue with you via text, if she's trying to argue with you via text, just ignore her for like 24 hours. If she tries to argue with you in person, so if you guys are still living together, simply get up, put your shoes on, and leave for an hour to walk around or drive around, go to the gym, go to the library, sit in the Walmart parking lot, and then see how much better behaved she is when you come back home. So this is only really short-term wins, but can also really help you in the divorce process. That you gave her when she's behaving bad, trying to argue, you give her a small amount of meat. So where's meat small here? So a small amount of meat, which makes her feel you got a strong sperm or stronger sperm. And then she'll take way less from you in the divorce if you do that correctly. Do not argue with her. Remove your attention from her. Attention is what women want. Well, attention is what women want most. Because again, remember, if they're in this hut, if they get no attention from men, that means no man's going to feed her, no man's going to protect her from the wolves, no man's going to protect her from other warriors entering. So women need male attention more than anything in the universe. Do not blame her for anything. Yeah, that's a big one. She's on to do exactly what the universe is forcing her to do. Women equal slaves to their emotions, and emotions equals the universe speaking to us. You blaming her for her bad behavior is showing that you as a man have chosen to not understand the universe, and the universe has programmed women to absolutely slaughter men who have chosen to not understand the universe. So women simply carry out exactly what the universe wants. Because they're emotional. Men have the choice to follow what the universe wants or not follow, because we can use logic. But women only ever do exactly what the universe is telling you to do. So instead of being mad at your woman, be mad at the universe, and then the universe will be like that 50 Cent meme, like, what are you mad at me for? So the universe, if you're mad at the universe will be like, why are you mad at me for? You're the one who chose to, believe all the lies everyone told you. Talking to you. Because if you didn't believe the lies, you wouldn't have gotten married and you wouldn't be in this mess. and then see how much better she behaves. But remember, this is only a short-term solution. That's true. We're trying to get the stake on my every relationship. And then, since you know my stuff works, bring a credit card to me so you can pay in full. Keep most of your stuff in this divorce. Actually, book a call and bring a credit card to me so you can pay in full to keep most of your stuff in this divorce. Yeah, I'll eventually, I'll call link, or no, I'll probably like link this to a main video explaining my service, and I'll have the call link below the main video. And yeah, keep most of your stuff in your divorce to me. If you want this doc, the California God divorce doc, I finally made it. And it's a nice doc. Hold on. Move this out of the way. This is what the doc is. So I got a nice summary. For men who are getting beat down in the California divorce and see no chance of victory, aka you have lost all hope, but you still want to try one last thing to win. See the docs for it. Basically, it's got really nice here. Really nice navigation. We got all my notes from all these long form videos. Videos that are like near an hour or longer. And you can just come in and boom. Click the drop down. Here's the link to the video. This works on mobile or desktop. You got all my notes from the video. So now this is like my master script. I just keep adding to this. And then at the bottom is always the derived assets. So derived assets is these photos that I've shown y'all and derived for y'all. Yeah, everything that I've derived in all the previous long videos. It's all right here. So you can come in and see this on your own time. Sometimes I have labels on them, sometimes not. But if you watch all the videos, you'll know like what each of these means. And if you don't, maybe I'll put video links here. I'm not sure. Or maybe not. Just go watch the videos and like this is the first video or the second video, whatever. They go from oldest to most recent. All right. Yeah, and I'll have a link down below this video and in the comment for you to click it, enter your info, and you'll get access to the view to view this doc so you can have it. And I believe you'll be able to come here and click File, Make a Copy, and then that'll allow you to save it to like your own Google Drive. And the video explaining my service is coming in next few weeks. That's going to be linked below as well. That'll probably be the top link, this Google God divorce doc to get access. Probably be the second link in the description and as well in the pinned comment below this video. All right, that's everything. Is there anything else for the infinite emotional energy well? But this basically, maybe I'll take this. Why it is so hard to leave your badly behaved wife. Boom, 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 boom. Yeah, I'll probably put this here. Why it is so hard to leave your badly behaved wife. Yeah, that is what the infinite emotional energy well is. And dude, Disney, Hollywood, they provide the marketing to get you here, and they work with the other corporations in the U.S. that buy the divorce laws to slaughter men to make this as painful as possible for you. So they're all working together to slaughter you. Also think of everyone around you in your life. Did, friends, family, people you trust, did they give you this picture, or did they withhold it from you? If you knew this was the picture right after your wedding day, or probably starting your wedding day, would you have gotten married? So all those people that withheld it from you, are they allies or are they enemies? You got to decide that. And you got to decide if you've been lied to your entire life, or if I'm lying to you right now. Why is it so hard to leave your badly behaved wife? All right, that's everything.